Hey guys, Got a Gold here, back again with another video. Now, I know it's been a while since I made one of these types of videos, and I'm very sorry about that, but yeah, things came up and just gotta deal with them. Also, I apologize if the audio is off. My mic has been giving me trouble, but I'm just making a quick video a little about modding. Well, if any of you have been at my workshop lately, my Sarovic mod has been trying to be updated, but we just couldn't, I couldn't do it because of said complications recently, and I've also it's really tiring with modding. I had to walk away for a bit, for a few days or so. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to revise the focus tree for the Russian Empire in this mod. Now, as we all know, the DLC came out last month, and I have to be perfectly honest, it was a real thrill to play it. Like, the quality of coding that was put into that DLC was amazing. So, great job, Paradox. Now, because of the DLC, thankfully, we got a good DLC, because I've known that beforehand DLCs have had a very bad reputation with this game, or maybe some of the other Paradox games, but this one really got a lot of things right. But what comes with that is hardship when it comes to modding. Now, if any of you who are using a version that is not 1.11, I hate to say this is not the video for you, or unless if you just want to sit back and watch the process, properly go out. Now, what I have right here, if I go to my thing, this is the Monarchist branch of the focus tree. Now, the goal is I'm going to use commands to help me highlight and reload some things, because some of these focuses still feature something like the Civil War, the second Russian Civil War, which was fine for the vanilla game, but it doesn't belong or fit well in my mod. So, I won't be going through all of the focuses. I guess maybe just like a handful of them. Maybe give you like somewhat of an idea of what's going on. Now, I know modding can be very, very tedious, and as a matter of fact, it pretty much is. And you have to have a lot of patience with it. It's like cooking a meal or something. You has to have a lot of care. Otherwise, it's not going to come out good. So, aside from that, now the first focus that we're going to be focusing on is Sov beaten but undefeated. That's the ID of the focus. Now, what the ID does is it determines what it is. Like, for example, that is like the character of that focus. That is the ID. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous trying to explain it, but the ID is very important, because without it, it wouldn't know what focus it would use. So, obviously, that's a coding importance right there. Now, all the other stuff like offset, allow, branch, completion award. I think I might have mentioned, I don't know if I did. Here, game's loaded up. Here, I'll explain in a minute. So, you go here, you load up the game, yada yada. And then, oh, and please excuse the wait time. I forgot to mention that. I know it takes me a bit to load up this game. So, please excuse that. Just bear with me. Now, once this is successfully loaded, you will see the new focus tree for the Soviets. Now, this isn't the Soviet Union. Obviously, I changed the color, the flag, the name, the leader, the parties, etc. Now, the units are still there, though, because without the units, they can't defend themselves against, let's say, Nazi Germany over here. Okay, so if I go up here, that's Alexei, as you just saw. That was a custom portrait from another mod. I asked permission and they allowed me to have it, but enough of that. Here's the new tree. Now, it looks huge, unbelievable, but I think I've seen the Spanish tree. It's a lot too, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to discuss the Monarchist Path. Now, the Monarchist Path, when you're trying to edit a tree manually, it's a long process depending on how many trees you want to edit. Well, focuses within said tree. For example, look at all this. This is a lot, but don't worry, I'm only going to do a handful just to give you somewhat of an idea of what you may be dealing with, so that it's not as stressful. Now, what I'm going to explain is that, as you see, beaten but not defeated. What this does is it gives this incentive of the paranoia mechanism, which is found under decisions. Now, the reason why it says 17 days is because I'm using a 2 times faster mod for building, focus, and research. If you guys maybe want that mod, I'll feature a link of it in the description below. Although, if you guys are having modding troubles, I am sorry. I don't know if I can help you this time around. You're just either going to have to figure it out for yourselves, or feel free to ask on the Discord server for Hoi 4 modding, or the developer himself. I'm sure someone will help you. Now, as for this path, let's say these 5 focuses over here. Ignore everything else. Ignore this over here, even though it's small, but ignore everything else down here. We just want to focus on these 5, from unification of the exiles all the way down to embrace the Black Hundreds. Now, what that does is it gives the party popularity incentive and boosts, like for right here, for example, the True SARS. Fascism plus 5%, non-aligned plus 10%. That changes right here. That determines how much a party popularity. So like if I was to click it now, obviously it would change, but this is the default of the party popularity I did, 58%, because this is the House of Romanov, and in this mod, the Soviets were beaten. Now, it may not look like something of a mod, but it's a humble mod. It's something that's not too complex, but kind of is. It's a lot. It's a lot to, it's a mouthful. So I'm not going to explain the mod itself. I'm just explaining and giving you an example of the coding process of focuses. So, let's get down to it. Say you want to change something within beaten but not defeated. Well, you can, going to here. Now, I also forgot to mention, when you go to commands, you use the tilde key next to the number 1 on the left. It'll bring up to this. And then, let's say you want to see the GUI. Well, you can do this. The GUI, you know, it's basically graphical interface analysis for the game. So, like, for example, if you scroll over something, as you can see, it says right here, GFX, goal, generic, yada yada. It has it for that, too. When it says underscore shine, that's just the shine of, like, you know, the tree. Like, you know, it does that little, yeah, you see? Right there. So that's just an extra feature. Don't worry about it. This is the one you really have to worry about. The icon itself. So you can add a custom icon, whatever you prefer. Now this falls under the interface thing. I think I explained that in another video. If you don't know, I might also feature a link somewhere in this video. Now, going down, offset, this does stuff like, you know, it does the paranoia system, it does visibility, party stuff, related, whatever. But what I'm trying to do is, I don't want clutter in this focus. I just want it to slightly and realistically enhance the Russian Empire. So what we can do is we can change available later. That could be anything, like, you know, if you want it to be, you know, have government, like, for example, has government equals neutrality. That will only work if this party, which is non-aligned, aka authoritarianism, aka neutrality, is there. So I hope that makes sense. So you have to have that party. That's fine. The cost, don't worry about the cost. The cost is usually very minor, you know, for trees and stuff. Mutually exclusive, we have to keep that because it connects to the other thing, and I really don't want to trash this tree so badly. Allow branch, I don't know. Okay, I have to be honest. I don't specifically know every single aspect of what's going on here, but from judging from what I'm seeing, it does pertain to the paranoia system as well. So, like, let's see, rule obsolete. Yeah, some of these are new to me. It may take me a while to master, but I'm just doing the best I can. So I'm thinking we're gonna simplify the tree. That's the idea here. Also, what I meant by I don't know what I meant that I don't have enough experience to handle with certain coding aspects. Granted, I'm an expert in it, but I'm not a god at it. So what we have here, relative position ID, so path marks. Yeah, so that's like mutually exclusive. So that's like the relative to, you know, this, for example, like a sister focus, if you will. So that's fine. I need to remember. Sorry, voice went out a little there. So I need to figure out how to reload. Let's see. Reload. No, wait. Reload Soviet.txt. Oh boy. Okay, so it's been a while. Let me try Soviet focus. That might help. Oh boy. Okay. It's been a while since I did this. Give me 1 second. I'll cut this video for a brief moment. Alright, so after a brief look at with coding, and quickly looking things up, apparently the code is reload focus. Like, for example, reload focus. What this does is it reloads all the focus trees in the world, including this one right here. Now, I just did it just to run a test, just to ensure it works, but not too many changes here. it's really simple. It's just coding fixes, nothing too special. I may change the name of it very soon. Like, oh, that's the other good example too. When you go into localization, for example, to adjust focuses, crap. Okay, so I need to get the other file, the one that's found under Hearts of Iron 4, localization, English, focus. But first, you also have to double check, make sure it's there, otherwise it won't work. Oh, okay, so it's not here. So I'm gonna have to go to the DLC. That's the other thing too. I know I'm jumping around a bit, but it's been a while since I did a video, and it's basically in the localization somewhere. I don't. Yeah, it's really, it may seem aimless just trying to find it, but oh, right here, NSB focus. So this is for future reference. NSB, no step back. That's the DLC that just came out. So you copy that and put it in here. Now what you want to do, find beaten but not defeated, and there you have it. So if you want to change the name, you could say, I don't know, revive the stardom traditions. Now, you don't have to change the ID, because that's not the point of this. The ID is, you know, its own thing entirely. Maybe I might go in depth with it in another video. So like, for example, say you want to do this, revive the stardom traditions. Well, punch in the command, and it should, oh, maybe you have to, well, you would have to restart the game. I forgot to mention that. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Usually this is for like icons and stuff, but believe me, refresh the game and it will work. Okay, so I hope you're paying attention for those who are watching. Now other names you could change, like unification of the exiles, which is found right here. You can change that to something else, like you can do let's see, restore the Orthodox Church, because that was a big thing during the imperial days. And where it says true SARS can stay. That's a perfect name for it. You know, goes down that proper path. Although I will have to erase some of the things here, like effective tool tips, party popularity, that can stay. You know, do a little, you know, upgrade in the popularity system. Bypass has global civil war. Yeah, that's fine. You know, you don't need to be in a civil war just to, like, you don't have to be in a civil war. You know, you could just go down this path without the civil war and then it'll work. Available Soviet has not started. Well, technically yes, but again, you know, it's not important right now. The important thing is to make it simplified and not too hectic. Let's see. Women's fascist movement. That's the other thing. Again, get rid of some of the other tool tips. Leave the party popularity. Or, what I could do, along with this, I could add political power. And let's say, well, let's just add 50. We don't need to go crazy. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Get rid of this. And then that's, like, a majority of this will stay, but the only difference is that there will be no civil war. If that makes any sense. National unification. of arms industry. Now, that is when things really take a different turn. Because, say if you want to add maybe one military factory, which you can, you just got to ensure that it's there. Like, I'll show you. So, build... Wait. Hold on a sec. And again, I apologize for build cheap buildings. Construction. So that's the other thing too, and I'll go into this maybe, you know, in another video, but basically all you do, like, add building construction, like right here for example. Like, you want to add in a state, you can do that. So like, once you adjust it accordingly, there you have it. Now 209, that's the state ID, not the province ID, the state ID. It's like, example, after triggering that focus, one of these states, and there's a lot of them in Russia, you wanna, I don't know, let me use tdebug to try and help this out further. So this is state 239. So let's just say, for example, 239, remember that number. You want like, let's see, civilian complex, I think. Province, well, the province doesn't necessarily matter, but I guess if we really want to get technical, let's say we want it in 6450. And then level 5, no, let's not get crazy. Let's just do 1. Just add 1. And you can do it like another time too. I think this will add, like, it's like a stack modifier. Like, you add more as you go on top of it. But yeah, that's basically how you edit focuses. I apologize if this video went on for too long. Maybe I might chop parts out by the end. I hope this was somewhat helpful, and have a good day. And remember, watch my other tutorials before you watch this, because it helps a lot. Alright, bye.